welcome you in on a rainy Saturday afternoon. It's Pride pregame show. Kendrick Fruit, Stephen Whitenhouse as we get you set for Greensboro College women's volleyball against Mary Baldwin. Stephen, this is a Greensboro team that really is riding on all cylinders right now and firing on all cylinders after the two tough losses against Bridgewater and Lynchburg.
Yeah.
You know, they've come out and they've won 3 conference games in a row, including a 3-0 blanking of Brevard this past Wednesday.
Yeah, this team's rolling on all cylinders right now. They're looking for their first 5-0 start in USA South Conference since 2014. So even those losses against Lynchburg and Bridgewater, those were tough games. Those are great teams too, by the way. So it took Lynchburg to 5 sets. So this team is really rolling. Everybody's contributing. I mean, you could name just about anybody right now, and they're helping the cause. So this team's on a roll and looking to go to 5-0 in conference play today.
We say we can name just about anybody, so let's name a few of them. Why not? We've got some time here on the pregame show. Obviously, I think it starts with Jalen Templeton right now. You want to talk about somebody who's really climbing the record books. Comes into today's game 39 assists away from tied for second place, or being tied in second place in program history, and that's not the only big notable thing for Jalen right now.
Yeah, so Jalen, after last week against Meredith, got her 1,000th dig, and so Jalen is the only player in program history to have 3,000 assists and 1,000 digs in her career. And I think that just goes to show you not only that she's played basically every set of her career, but you talk about durability, toughness, willingness to play both sides of the ball, offense and defense. She's been such a special player for this Greensboro program, and being a senior this year, hopefully she can go out on top. But 3,000 assists, 1,000 digs, not many players get to those milestones.
Absolutely. I kind of feel like there's kind of been a big 3 or big 4 that we mentioned this year. Obviously, you talked about Templeton. We'll talk a little bit about Morgan Mayfield, although, you look at her last game, 15 digs, kind of ho-hum for Morgan Mayfield. Obviously, Peyton Shiflett, as good as she's been this year, and Kelsey Brooks has really come on in a big way recently, too.
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, you can name anybody, and they've had a great season. You talk about Kelsey Brooks playing alongside Peyton Shiflett on the opposite side, and those two have been huge this year. Of course, having Peyton back this year has been a great help. But Morgan has just been, steady Eddie, on the defensive end. In that sweep against Brevard, 15 digs. She's been fantastic. Grace Young as well back there on the defensive line, like her and Morgan, last year, now this year, just incredible, skill set, on the defensive end of the ball. So those two have been great. But I mean, you look at, up front, Taylor Cody and Carla Del Castillo, they seem to be blocking everything. Taylor's had a lot of kills this year, so has Carla. So really, like you said before, everything's kind of clicking on all cylinders. So we just hope that continues throughout the season.
Yeah, you mentioned Cody just knocked her 200th career block a couple matches ago. And I think one of the cool things about Greensboro right now, because of their success and quite frankly, dominance in a couple of these matches so far, it's kind of allowed Coach Bozarth to mix and match the lineup a little bit. Skylar Rokov's had some really good playing time recently. Brecken Barr, Baxley, they've all gotten some good playing time. Anjali Allen, we'll mention her in the pregame interview, got some good minutes, or some good time against Brevard this past week. So it's good to kind of see everybody get some opportunities. So that way, when you go down the stretch, who's not necessarily available, but what situation is right for which player.
Well, not only that, but if you have somebody that does go down, you have other players that can step up, and they've gotten playing time, they've gotten reps, so they're ready. So you talk about Anjali Allen. She finished the game with a kill against Brevard the other night. Brecken's always steady back there on the defensive line too. So I mean, it's cool because this team has a lot of depth, and even though there are some players that don't get a ton of playing time, they're still really good. And so if you do have a game where you can kind of get those players more reps, that's great. Or if an unfortunate thing happens and you have an injury, those players are going to be ready to step up. So this team's got a lot of depth, and they've showed it already here in conference play. So it's good to see some of those players, and hopefully we'll get to see some of them today.
Coach Bozarth and I will talk, and you'll hear from it here in a little bit, about expectations coming into the season and then where we are 1 month into the season. They're sitting 8-2 right now, first place in the USA South. It's hard to not say they're meeting their expectations right now or exceeding them.
For sure, yeah. They were voted second by the coaches in the preseason, and this team, especially this group of seniors in particular, they have been as close as you can get to a conference championship without winning one. And so they want to go out on top. And even though they've gotten off to a great start, that's not the goal, right? 4-0, 5-0 in conference play is great, but that's not the goal. The goal is to win a conference title. So as long as we can stay healthy and just keep rolling, keep the chemistry going, this team's got a good shot.
Taking on a Mary Baldwin team, comes into today 5-6 on the year, which is a huge turnaround. Last year they won just 2 matches as a program. Second-year head coach who was an assistant coach for Southern Virginia when they won the 2023 USA South Championship. So obviously someone who knows success, who's tasted success, and has got this team of Fighting Squirrels really turned around and heading in the right direction. What do you think we can expect from them today?
Well, they've already got 5 wins compared to, I believe, 2 last year. So, I mean, that's already a step up. Rebuilding a program takes a while, right? And so, we've kind of talked with Coach Bo a little bit. This team's better than they have been in the past, and so it's certainly not going to be a walkover per se. In any conference game, it doesn't matter who it is. You've got to bring your best. So Mary Baldwin's going to come in today ready to play. But as long as Greensboro's ready to play, we can kind of talk about the keys to the game. But it should be a win for Greensboro, but they can't take Mary Baldwin lightly. It's a better team than they have been in the past. Again, like we talked about, already 5 wins this year. So they're going to be competitive and ready to play.
I'm going to throw a little statistical deep dive here at you, and we'll bring it up later in the broadcast as well. So we were talking with Coach Bo earlier this morning, and they were talking about the service aces for Mary Baldwin, 2.88%, which is first in the USA South. 21 of them came against Sweetbriar in the 3-0 win. But here's the interesting thing. You subtract those 21 and the 3 sets that go with it and redo the math, they're still third in the conference in assists or in aces percent.
Well, anytime you can get points off of aces, that certainly helps your cause, right? It's you don't necessarily have to, I say, work for it, but you get the point off the serve, so it's a nice point. And so anytime you can be at the top of the conference in service aces, more than likely you're winning games. And so that's what Mary Baldwin's doing right now. So like you said, even if you take that Sweetbriar game away, they're still near the top of the conference in serving. So that's one thing that Greensboro's going to have to be ready for. They're going to have to play defense today and be ready for Mary Baldwin serves.
Last thing here for you, Stephen. What are you looking for specifically here today?
Yeah, I think just continuing the momentum for Greensboro. Look, it's a rainy Saturday afternoon. The only game on campus today. Let's not come in flat. We've got to come in ready to go. Set the tone early on your home court. When you've got Mary Baldwin coming in looking for an upset, you've got to set the tone early and not let them have any hope. And so obviously you look at Peyton Shiflett. You want to see her get going early. One other thing too, not that Greensboro's been bad or struggled, but I want to see them be really consistent in serving. We talked about Mary Baldwin, being one of the best, serving teams in the conference. I want to see Greensboro be a little bit better in their serving. They've had a few too many service errors lately, so I want to see Greensboro be consistent, serving the ball today. Even if it doesn't result in an ace, still get the ball over the net. Don't give Mary Baldwin points, and that's the key. Like last year, we played Mary Baldwin in one of the sets. It was a fairly close set, but it was because Greensboro made a lot of errors, and so Greensboro's got to come out today, not give Mary Baldwin any points and give them momentum.
Yeah, you can't beat yourself, that is for sure. And obviously, you know the numbers. You look at it, Greensboro 37-0 all time against Mary Baldwin, but this is a Fighting Squirrels team you cannot take lightly. So we'll see if Greensboro takes the court prepared and ready to go here today. We'll hear from Coach Bozarth, some highlights of the last home match as well, all coming up on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Does to Shiflett, to Templeton. Back to Shiflett for the kill. Ricochets around, and the point goes to the pride. Templeton goes far side to Shiflett. A hard kill for Shiflett. Hits it over the net. Sets up to the far side. Blocked away by guess who? Carla Del Castillo. Says hit it the same spot. Dug up by Miller. The monitor's coming up, blocked away by Brooks. She really does this. Brooks and Del Castillo both go up as the towers get tall. And we're flops it up, hits it far. Shiflett's there. Templeton sets it up, going to Kelsey Brooks on the near side. They've done that before. They've done it again. Same result. The kill goes to Kelsey Brooks. Hewitt to Burson. Templeton going for Shiflett. Hard kill. My goodness. Delivers. Almost ace down, and then just cleaning it up is Kelsey Brooks. It goes to Shiflett. Templeton's there. Brooks for the hard kill, found the gap. 8-6, Pride up 2. And another effort, blocked away by Cody, keeps it in to Burson. Templeton's there, hard kill from Peyton Shiflett, oh my! It goes up, punches through to Mayfield, to Templeton. Fake shot to Rokov, and Rokov wins it, 25-13.
Pride pregame show continuing here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. We're shooting this the day before Greensboro College volleyball takes on Mary Baldwin. I'm joined by head coach Dan Bozarth. And coach, real quick, just kind of walk us through Brevard on Wednesday, a 3-0 win for your team, and the successes continue to pile up for you guys.
Yeah, Brevard definitely presented some different and unique challenges for us, but I was really proud of the girls for getting off that long bus ride and really stepping on the court ready to play from the outset. Then we followed up with a good second set and a third set. So we're just trying to string good sets together, and they were able to do that on a long road trip.
Well, your team is 8-2 right now and 4-0 in conference play. You're a month into your first season here at Greensboro. Kind of walk us through where we are compared to maybe where you expected to be at this point.
Yeah, I kind of think we're right where we want to be. We've won the matches that I think we should win. I think we lost a couple of really tough matches to Lynchburg and Bridgewater, but if you look at what those two teams are doing, they're doing very well nationally. So I thought we were able to get on the court and compete with some of the best teams out there. So really happy with kind of where we are and kind of leading into like some of the tougher matches we have coming up in USA South. So I think we're at the right spot.
Yeah, you mentioned kind of getting into conference play, and obviously a 4-0 start, huge for you guys. Talk a little bit about kind of some of your upcoming schedule and maybe some of the challenges you'll have to deal with as you get into the thick of conference play.
Yeah, I think for us, looking at the preseason poll, seeing Southern Virginia and seeing Salem College up there in the top 3 with us, and we're going to see those two teams in the next 2 weeks. So really get a chance to match up with the best teams in our conference. And there's no nights off in the USA South, that's for sure. I think top to bottom, it's a very competitive conference. Excited to be a part of it, and just excited to get a chance to compete against 2 of the better teams.
Tell me a little bit about kind of the way you've been able to mix and match some with your team. Obviously, you've got superstars like Shiflett and Mayfield and Templeton and Kelsey Brooks, but obviously with a couple of 3-0 wins that you guys have had, has it allowed you to kind of bring in some role players and get them different experience in different scenarios?
Yeah, I think we've got some pieces we're still trying to figure out a little bit what makes us work the best. We've been able to see a few different defensive specialists in our right back position. We're able to see Larkin set a little bit last Wednesday night, so we're excited about her and what that looks like for her future moving forward after this year when we lose 2 senior setters. And then any chance we can throw one of our freshman middles in there, it's always exciting. So we got a chance to see Joe play a little bit this past week, and just excited for her future.
Jalen Templeton comes into tomorrow's game with 39 assists to go before going into second place. Is that something that you try to do is help them kind of hit those personal milestones? I know obviously team is the first focus, but is that something where you're like, oh, you're close?
Yeah.
Maybe you leave her out there a couple extra points to see if she can get it.
It's funny, me being my first year, I'm oblivious to all these records that these girls are trying to hit. So they let me know, but really, for me, it's more about the team aspect and what we're trying to do. So we're not going to leave somebody out there just to get a record or something like that if it doesn't fit into the way the game is being played or what we need for that afternoon. She's going to hit that mark at some point in time this year. Thankfully, she's a great setter. But we'll see how the game plays out.
Well, tell us a little bit about this Mary Baldwin team. What can we expect from them tomorrow?
Yeah, I think Mary Baldwin, they're athletic, they're scrappy. From all I can tell, they're much improved from where they have been. So the coach there is obviously doing a really good job. So we're excited about the challenge that presents to us, and we're just excited to be on our home court.
All right, Coach, last question for you. Keys to the match.
I think fast start, being clean in terms of what we do. Don't give up free points. I think that's the main thing. Make them earn everything.
Well, Coach, thank you so much and good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It is a rainy Saturday afternoon here in Greensboro, North Carolina. However, that has not dampened the enthusiasm or the crowd here as we get set for Greensboro College volleyball against Mary Baldwin. Before we set the scene, let's go ahead and send it courtside.
As you heard on the public address awarding a game ball to Jalen Templeton, who notched her 3,000th career assist the other day and became the only player in program history with 3,000 career assists and 1,000 career digs. So congratulations on a job well done, Jalen Templeton. We can't wait to see how the rest of her final chapter unfolds here this year. Good afternoon, everyone. Kendrick Fruits here with you from Haynes Gym in Greensboro, North Carolina, for today's USA South volleyball match between Mary Baldwin and Greensboro College. The Fighting Squirrels come into today's game with a 5-6 record, 0-2 in conference play, and they've come off of consecutive conference losses against Brevard and on the road at Methodist, falling a combined 6-0 in that process. As for Greensboro, 8-2, 4-0, check that, 5-0 rather in conference play, and they have come off of 3 consecutive wins following the tough weekend a couple weekends ago in Virginia. But it's all been, things have been trending well, if you will, for the Pride. 3-1 over Methodist, and then 3-1 at Meredith, 3-1 against Brevard. Taking a look at the starting lineups before we get this one underway here. Actually, they've not been posted quite yet. We'll get those to you as quick as we can. But again, the big thing here for Greensboro is very simply continue to play the way that they have been playing. Things have gone well for the Pride. They've found a lot of success in your big stars that you would expect to see. Jalen Templeton, Morgan Mayfield, Shifley, Kelsey Brooks, everybody contributing. But also, you know, it's been good to see, as we talked about on the pregame show, some of the other players really step in and start to come into themselves a little bit and come into their new roles and seeing what just kind of all the different options. This is a very deep roster for Greensboro, and I think we've seen it in the early going for the Pride this year as they're continuing through the starting lineups here. Cantley McCown, Carla Del Castillo being announced, Peyton Shiflett as well, rounding things out. And again, we'll get you those official starters here in a moment, but we're getting set for the national anthem, so we will step aside. When we come back, it's Mary Baldwin, it's Greensboro, and it's next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. A few final notes if you were just joining us and missed the pregame show. One of the big things for Mary Baldwin this year has been their ability to pick up points on the serve. Coming into today, the Fighting Squirrels first in the USA South in service aces. Obviously, they had that big game against Sweetbriar back on the 16th of September. But the big thing, you take that match out, and they're still third in the conference in service aces. So this is a team you got to watch in that one. Alexa Ammerman with 16 leads the team. Also, Catherine Nguyen, 15. Crystal Newman with 13. as well as Sabrina Burtz with 13 as well. So Greensboro's going to have to be ready on the defensive end. Starting lineup again for the Pride. Up front, Templeton and Del Castillo and Shiflett. On the back line, it's Young, McCown, and Cody, and then Morgan Mayfield, the libero, as usual. For Mary Baldwin, your starters, Sabrina Burtz, the junior, Kennedy Mills, the junior, and junior Delaney Bolbach. The back row, Catherine Wynn, the freshman, Brooklyn Prince, the junior, and Crystal Newman, a freshman. Their libero today, Alexa Ammerman, the sophomore from Nashville. We are just about ready to get this one underway. The Pride looking to go 5-0 in conference play for the first time since 2014. The officials send this one to the left. Mary Baldwin with the opening serve. It will be Nguyen. Mary Baldwin in all black today with the white numbering. Greensboro in the white jerseys, the black shorts. And Nguyen puts it in the air. We're underway. Opening attack by Del Castillo off of the fingertips of Ammerman. No, I think they're going to say it was out. It was out off of Castillo, so his service error makes it 1-0 Fighting Squirrels. And Nguyen again sends it across. Templeton to Shiflett, and again out. Greensboro going near side to far side, both a little bit too strong. And Del Castillo and Shiflett 2-0 in favor of Mary Baldwin now. Jump serve from Nguyen, a little softer this time. Mayfield goes down to get it. And there we go. Peyton Shiflett finding a little bit of floor just in front of the back line on that attack. Greensboro on the board, 2-1 Fighting Squirrels. It'll be Jalen Templeton's first serve of the contest. Grabbed there by Newman. Back over it goes. Here comes an opportunity for McCown. That one's going to find the center of the court. Good effort there by Newman to get to it, but McCown able to tie it up. They'll square it too. Templeton's offering. Ammerman. Back to Nguyen. Sent across by Newman. Templeton now for Greensboro. And that's going to be McCown, too strong. And it's going to go back over to Mary Baldwin now, 3-2 Fighting Squirrels. Well, for Greensboro, a couple of early errors have found themselves down by a point. Sabrina Burtz with the serve. Templeton, a quick touch, a whistle. And I think that's going to be a foul on Templeton, just catching the net, 4-2. Jalen already with 2 assists, now 37 away from second all-time in program history. Burt's save scooped up there by Young. Templeton now, little soft one by Shiflett, it goes over. Attack partially blocked, Mayfield goes down to get it. Templeton the set, and an attack by Shiflett results in a Greensboro score, 4-3. Substitution, out comes Young, in comes Brooks for the Pride. So Shiflett picking up her second kill. Now serves, and here comes the attack. Blocked there by McCown. Shiflett going down to get that one. It's a soft touch off of Kennedy Mills, but she touched the net in the process. And that will give the Pride a point and square it up at 4. Shiflett's serve going across the court to the far side. Nice soft touch there by Brooks. Greensboro grabs their first lead on the putback, 5-4. Shiflett sends it over. This one out of bounds off of the hand of Bolbach, the junior from Port St. Lucie, Florida. And the Pride go up by 2. Going down to get it, Newman. Puts it in play along the back line. Brooks fires that one in. Newman can only hit it out of bounds into the box area. Pride lead 3. Served by Shiflett. That one's going to go out of bounds. Pride to Greensboro, a point to Greensboro rather. And timeout called early. A 4-2 lead at one point for Mary Baldwin. Greensboro has jumped out in front 8-4 as we take a break on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Early 8-4 lead for the Pride. We're about ready to get things back underway. Greensboro's bounced back from a couple of early errors to now double up Mary Baldwin 8-4. And Shiflett will serve it across again. Newman. And a nice block there. Brooks and Del Castillo combining on the block. 9-4 Pride. Substitution coming here. Bolbach coming out. Naomi Lucas, the freshman, coming in for Mary Baldwin. The Greensboro lead is 5. Shiflett again sends it skyward towards the back line. Newman to Nguyen. And again, the Pride. Strong defense along the front. 10-4 now. Shiflett, a sinking liner, Nguyen with it. Soft hit just to get it over. Now Templeton sending it towards the near side. Brooks to Nguyen on the other side to Ammerman. And the attack by Mills rejected again. Carla Del Castillo. Strong defense at the net. And the Pride lead at 11-4. Shiflett just off of the tape. Newman to Nguyen. Sent over by Mills. Greensboro with it now. McCown, a little dink, good save by Ammerman. A quick dump now to Templeton to Shiflett. Brooks again setting up for the attack into the net. There's an error. And 11-5 stops a drought for the Fighting Squirrels. Mills with the serve. Sends this one out of bounds. Shiflett's watchful eye watched it sail over the end line. And it's 12-5 Pride. Another substitution. Mills checks out. And Landing checking in. Nguyen goes across Newman. Just gets it over. Mayfield, Templeton, Cody. Soft touch gets it over there. A joust at the net. Mayfield just sends it over and a point. A diving effort by Kulanding. Not able to come down with it, or rather come up with it. And Greensboro leads 13-5. Shiflett's about to check out for the Pride. Coming in for Greensboro will be Cameron Lineberger. Mayfield, who had 5 service aces on Wednesday against Brevard. Her first attempt today over the end line, 13-6. Couple substitutions coming in for the Fighting Squirrels. Tiffany Carr checks in, so does Peyton Hall, a pair of freshmen from Virginia. Service from Carr. Dug out there by Lineberger. Templeton to Brooks. It goes over to Ammerman. Newman's attack tipped. Greensboro keeps it alive. And a attack by Hall is rejected by Cody. Cody might have got a piece of the net in the process. 13-7 the score. Sent over, hit by Brooks. Cody, hard attack, saved there by Ammerman. Trying to go back the other way with it was Newman. And Mary Baldwin's third hit ends up in the net. Pride again doubling the Fighting Squirrels, 14-7 as Burson checks in now for McCown. Lily Burson to serve here as we are in the opening set of this Saturday match. Attack there, an error on the attack for Mary Baldwin. Gives Greensboro their 15th point of the opening set. Serve from Burson. Ammerman to Carr to Newman. Newman's attack and a quick dump over by Templeton. Mayfield keeps it alive on the other end. Cody tries to push it. It's rejected by the Fighting Squirrels. Greensboro trying to get something going here. Ammerman now with it. She'll try to send it to Newman. Newman, free ball over now to Templeton. Attack again blocked, this time by Hall. Hall's attack dug out there by Mayfield, but only proceeds in hitting a low liner back towards the net. Point to Mary Baldwin, 15-8 now, the Greensboro lead. Mayfield 7 early digs for the Pride. Ammerman, a line drive serve. Brooks with the kill, comes off of the finger of Hall and kind of an awkward spin into no man's land, gives Greensboro the point, 16-8. It'll be Grace Young on the serve now as she's checked in. Lineberger goes out. Young serve. Kind of combined there, Newman and Ammerman both going for it and can't get it over. 17-8 your score as we hit another timeout. Pride lead it on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Well, we talk about the usual suspects for Greensboro. They're showing out today. Mayfield 7 digs. Peyton Shiflett a little bit of everything, a couple of kills. She's got an ace. Templeton with 4 assists. Brooks with 3 kills, a couple of digs, and a block. It's kind of the same cast of characters for Greensboro. We're back in play here, and a good block there. Templeton and Cody on the rejection. Pride's lead is 8 here in the opening stanza. Cody, Templeton, and Shiflett along the front. Burson and Mayfield, and then Young sends it over. And Cody, a block that goes off of or an attack rather, that goes off the top of the tape. Hall sends it over now for Mary Baldwin. Templeton to Shiflett, hard attack, good save by Ammerman, sends it right back over. Templeton to Cody. Cody's shot is returned, and then there's a nice one there for Templeton. Both teams exchanging quick volleys, and Templeton able to put that one over. The Pride's lead 19-8. Baxley checking in now for Templeton. Templeton picked up the kill there. Her first of the afternoon. Young to serve. Kind of a low liner. Newman, a soft touch to Shiflett. Mayfield back to Shiflett. Shiflett's attack, there's a score. Greensboro 20-8 now. Greensboro about to send Evelyn Dunlap in for Cody. Taylor Cody leaves with a dig and 4 offensive opportunities, 4 attacks. Young, a high serve over the end line, 20-9. An error for Greensboro on the serve. Pride have committed 4 errors, hit percentage 200. 6 errors for the Fighting Squirrels. It'll be Crystal Newman on the serve. She sends it over with the open hand. Burson to Baxley. Shiflett's attack is rejected. I believe that was Peyton Hall getting a hand on it. Goes out of bounds. And the Pride lead at 21-9. Smith checks in for Dunlap. Serve from Grace, hit by Ammerman. Pass to Carr, soft touch there from Kennedy Mills. In fact, too soft, not able to get it over, hits the net. And the Pride lead at 22-9 in the opening set. Substitution. Checking in, Haley DeShazo, the freshman from Ridgeway, Virginia. Smith serve, just catches the inside corner. 23-9 Greensboro on a perfectly placed serve by Smith. Grace sends it over again to Ammerman. Pass to Carr and sent over by Hall. Greensboro on the return. Shiflett, a little dink there, kept alive. Sent over by Carr again. Greensboro plays it on the line. Shiflett's attack hit by Newman to the roof, and it's point Greensboro. Newman just missed the scoreboard. In fact, went, I think, to the air duct up there. Pride 1 point away from claiming the opening set. Smith now with 12 aces on the year, by the way. Ammerman to Carr. Touched over there by Burtz. Whiff on the attack for Del Castillo. Went up for it, came up empty. 24-10 the score. Mayfield checks in, Smith out. Substitutions as well for Mary Baldwin. Wynn comes back in. It'll be Catherine Wynn on the serve. Floater to Burson. Baxley, Shiflett's attack. That's blocked there by Burtz. Greensboro kept it alive, sends it back over. Newman. And there's one for Del Castillo off of the side of a blocker up front, Greensboro will claim the opening set. 25-10 your score, and they take a 1-0 lead in the match. They'll switch sides and we'll step aside. Greensboro leading 1-0 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Quick look at some of the first set numbers. Greensboro leading in kills 12-2. Errors go to Mary Baldwin 7-5. Hit percentage 219 for Greensboro. They continue to put together a strong year in that category. The Pride, in fact, coming into today's game, as far as their USA South rankings are concerned, hit percentage second in the conference, 23rd nationally for Greensboro, and obviously Peyton Shiflett a big part of that. Her hit percentage 319, second in the conference. Morgan Mayfield, though, as well. Her 6.17 digs per set, fifth nationally coming into today's game. And all she did was raise that in the first set by picking up 7 more. So continuing to see some of the individual performances for Greensboro gain some national recognition as far as the leaderboards are concerned. Service aces in the first set, 2 to Greensboro, none to Mary Baldwin. Blocks, none for the Fighting Squirrels and 5 for the Pride. We're about ready to get the second set underway. Again, Greensboro winning the first by a tally of 25-10. And Klingensmith will have the honors here to start set number 2. Grace sends it over where, well, she sends it into the net. We are underway. A service error there for Klingensmith. That's Greensboro's third of the match. Ammerman, the Mary Baldwin libero, will send it over. Barr to Mayfield. Shiflett. Quick touch there, nice push off of the fingertips of DeShazo. Greensboro not really able to do much with that, just hit it out of bounds. And it's an early 2-0 Mary Baldwin lead here in the second set. Ammerman serve. Barr. Templeton going to get it. Here comes Shiflett on the attack. Too strong. Out of bounds and into the seating area. Now 3-0 Mary Baldwin. Fighting Squirrels have now lost 7 consecutive sets. Dating back a couple of matches. Quick dump over by Templeton. And Mary Baldwin can't do anything with that. Greensboro on the board in set number 2. Barr checks out. Coming in now is Alex Carefoot. And it'll be Templeton on the serve. Pride down 2. Templeton sends this one over. And after 2 hits, it'll be an attack error on Avant. Elena Avant, the sophomore, just hits it into the ground. The Pride down 1 now. Templeton, a low liner off of the front knuckles of Ammerman, or just knuckles in general. Ammerman going down to get it and punched it into the ground. We're all square at 3. Templeton sends it over. Ammerman, a pass to Newman. This sent up towards the front. Is dumped over. Anjali Allen sends it over for Greensboro. That one too strong. And the Pride grabbed their first lead of the second. Elena Avant hits it over the end line. Pride lead at 4-3. That's been all Jalen Templeton here recently. Sends this one over. Dug out nicely there by Newman. That attack blocked by Anjali Allen. Another one she gets a fingertip on. Templeton to Carefoot. Just pushes it over. Alex Carefoot, nice touch on that one, and the Pride lead at 5-3. Templeton on the serve. Newman now across to Nguyen. Shiflett pushes it just over the line of defense, the front line. Shiflett finds a little bit of open court. Greensboro now doubling up Mary Baldwin's 6-3 your score. Another serve from Templeton. Just getting over, scooped up there by Newman. Now sent back across. A punch from Avant does not go over. Greensboro now 7-3. Timeout taken. An early 3-0 for Mary Baldwin. And the Pride have roared back to 7 straight points. We have a timeout. Pride lead at 7-3 in the second set on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Back at it after the timeout. Greensboro with 7 consecutive points to take a 7-3 lead over Mary Baldwin. Templeton still serving for the Pride. She sends this one over. Ammerman to DeShazo and just dumped over there by Avant. Here comes Shiflett. Shiflett hard on the attack. Peyton Shiflett with her 7th kill. Makes it 8-3 Greensboro. Templeton served to Emmerman. Win, and then a quick over by DeShazo. Templeton again, this time to Carefoot. Carefoot's attack too strong. And after 8 straight Greensboro points, Mary Baldwin will stop the bleeding. Checking in is Cool Landing and also Crystal Newman. Newman in for Haley Bruce. Cool Landing, the sophomore from Chesapeake, on the serve. Sends it to Shiflett. Templeton back to Shiflett. A one-handed effort there. Going to the floor for Nguyen, not able to get it anywhere but into the side of the net. 9-4 Greensboro. As Brooks comes in, Young comes out for the Pride. Shiflett on the serve. Sends it across, now hit by Avant, off of the top of the tape to Templeton, to Mayfield, to Carefoot. Carefoot's off of the top of the tape, sent right back to Templeton. And I think they're going to say it was a error there for Mary Baldwin. 10-4. Shiflett on the serve. Emmerman to Nguyen. Hard attack there by Brooklyn Prince. She's one you got to be careful for if you're Greensboro. It has been a strong start to the year for Prince. Prince came into today 3rd on the team in kills with 34. Hit percentage leads the team, .371. Service there a little too strong from Emily Penny, the senior. Point to Greensboro, 11-5. Klingon-Smith checks out. Cody comes in for the Pride. Weinberger comes in for Shiflett as well. $15 early attacks for Peyton Shiflett. Here comes Mayfield now. On the serve for Greensboro from the far side. Working that far sideline are the Fighting Squirrels. Shiflett to Brooks. Brooks just touches it over. And it's enough to confuse Mary Baldwin for a moment. 12-5. Excellent awareness there by Brooks to just push it over the net. Attack too high from Peyton Hall. Greensboro up 13-5 now. Again, Mayfield on the serve. In the second set, Greensboro up 1-0. Back set and a hard attack there. Emily Penny, that's going to catch the corner. 13-6 now. Quick substitution for Mary Baldwin. Sabrina Burks checks back in. And Ammerman, the libero, comes out for Brooklyn Prince, who will serve. Prince sends it over. Lineberger to Templeton to Cody. Cody had that one tipped at the net. A attack there from Peyton Hall. Did Lineberger touch it? No. 14-6 Greensboro. She's laughing. She knows she probably should have let that one go instead of making an attempt at it, but no harm, no foul as it missed her fingers. Barr on the serve here for Greensboro. She's just checked back in for Carefoot. Barr sends it across just over the tape. Pass there, Penny, and a hard attack from Burtz. Cody trying to return the favor. Back and forth it goes. This one, Newman to Templeton. A quick dump save there by Ammerman. And back across to Peyton Hall. Hall finds the middle of the floor. 14-8 now. Quick substitution again. DeShazo comes in for Mary Baldwin. It will be Newman on the serve. Newman sends it over the net, just catching the tape and rolling over a diving Templeton, not able to get to it, 14-9. Templeton asking for the towel to clean up a slick spot just in front of the net to her right, which will be the near side boundary. Served by Newman. Mayfield to Templeton. Brooks off of two fingertips of one off of the front line, one off of the back line. Greensboro leads it 15-8. Brooks checking out, Lineberger checking out. Shiflett comes back in, and Young checks back in. Newman a moment ago for Mary Baldwin, their first service ace of the match. Young serve now. Newman hits it out of bounds. 16-8 Greensboro. We should mention Templeton is now up to 10 assists today, needing 29 to move into second place. Young's serve. Newman. That one's rejected by Cody. And too strong by DeShazo. 17-8 Greensboro, and another timeout taken by Mary Baldwin. So Greensboro, after an early 3-0 deficit, has gone on a 17-5 run to take command of the second set. We'll step aside on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Pride lead it by 9 in the second set. Look at some of the numbers here. 5 errors by Mary Baldwin in set number 2. 2 from Greensboro. Pride hit percentage, though, over 400%, .400. That one hit out of bounds off of the hands there of Newman. Makes it 18-8. Young is serving here for Greensboro. Grace sends it over. Quickly dug out. And a little push there from DeShazo. And Templeton with a quick dump. Ammerman trying to keep it alive. She does for a moment. Templeton with the pass to Shiflett. Quickly sent right back over. Young digs it out. Templeton again. Cody this time off of Ammerman and out of play. Greensboro's front line continuing their strong performance today. Cody checking out for Baxley, or rather Templeton for Baxley, and then Dunlap coming in for Cody. Pride lead at 19-8 now. Young sends it over, just catches the top of the net. DeShazo's attack blocked by Dunlap. Dunlap now on the return. There's a score for the Pride, 20-8. Evelyn Dunlap, which I think, is that her first kill? It is. It's the freshman's first career kill. You see the excitement amongst her teammates there. Congratulations to the freshman. Plenty more where that came from. Young sends it over. Nice recovery there. Peyton Hall on the attack. Dunlap tips it. Going back to the back line. Young tries to save, cannot. 20-9 the score. Serve here by Nguyen. From the far boundary, sends this to Young. Young goes down to get it. Shiflett's attack quickly returned. And that one's blocked by Dunlap. Attacked by Kennedy Mills, but Dunlap blocks it out of bounds, 20-10. Couple points in a row for Mary Baldwin now. Served across to Mayfield. Mayfield to Baxley to Shiflett. And Shiflett's attack is sent straight out of bounds from Catherine Nguyen. Makes it 21-10. Substitution Klingensmith for Dunlap. I tell you what, I do not want to be staring down an attack from Peyton Shiflett. He puts a little something on it. 21-10. Klingensmith, who's got an ace today, to Ammerman, to Nguyen. Quick touch there from Mills, and Grace can't come up the near side boundary to get it, 21-11. Ammerman's serve strong, too strong, 22-11 as it goes over the back line. That is the 6th error of the set. Checking out Breckenbar for Greensboro. Coming in is Peyton Bell for her first action of the contest. Here comes Baxley. Sent over. Bit of a strong attack there from Prince to the back line. Greensboro back to cover it. That one hit by Bell, too strong, trying to go opposite corner, 22-12. Serve here will be Cool Landing, the sophomore. Pride lead it by 10 in the second set, looking to go up 2-0. Cool Landing serves straight into the net. Service error, 23-12. Shiflett to serve for Greensboro. Newman puts it up to Lucas. Lucas can't get it over. He's just trying to swat at it. 24-12 the score. Shiflett looking to end the second set. Serves it over and into the net. They were able to keep it alive for a moment. Yonkers now with it. Mayfield pushes it over to Ammerman. Here comes the attack. Lucas off of the fingertips of Mayfield. Shiflett too strong. 24-13 the score. Great job by Mary Baldwin. Thought that one was trouble off of the serve, able to keep it alive and ultimately score the point. Couple substitutions coming here. Penny and Hall checking in. It'll be Penny on the serve. Greensboro looking to put an end to the second. Penny puts it in the air to Shiflett. Baxley, Allen's attack blocked. Baxley again, this time to Yonker. That's blocked as well. And Mary Baldwin again strong at the net, 24-14. No, some confusion, and now the officials are saying that was the final point there. Greensboro grabbed their 25th. Confusion. I saw a couple of Greensboro players looking around, not sure which way the point went, but the Pride ultimately get it, and they will take a 2-0 lead after this break on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Time for a look at some of the numbers again after 2 sets of play. Greensboro leading in the kill department 24-9. They've had it even 12 both sets so far. Mary Baldwin's committed 12 errors, 9 for the Pride. Hit percentage for Greensboro has dropped down to .254. Mary Baldwin, though, still in the negatives, negative .059. 21-9 the assist to Greensboro. Aces go 6-1 for the Pride as well. Some of your individual performers for the Pride. 12 digs for Morgan Mayfield, 5 kills, Kelsey Brooks, 10 assists for Jalen Templeton. And, of course, Peyton Shiflett with 9 kills leading Greensboro. As for Mary Baldwin, leading in the kills category has been Hall with 3. Assists go to Nguyen with 4. Digs go to Ammerman with 7. Their lone service ace was Newman. Greensboro, by the way, Grace Young has 3. And back out there again for Greensboro. Their starters for the final set: Young, McCown, Mayfield, Templeton, Shiflett, and Del Castillo. Little hold up here while Mary Baldwin making sure they have the correct lineup out for the start of the final set. Prince quickly checking out, though, for Ammerman before we get things started. Wrapping up what's been kind of a slow schedule week for Greensboro College, at least as far as the home slate is concerned. We'll tell you about that in a minute as Dwin sends this one across to Young, to Templeton. Quick, hard attack from Del Castillo, can only be redirected into the crowd, and an early 1-0 Greensboro lead. So Templeton will serve here. Templeton into the net on the service error. That will be, I believe, her second today. Actually, just her first. We're all square at 1. Ammerman will send it across. She has one service error today. This time gets it across to Young, to Templeton. Shiflett on the attack off of the fingertips of Bolbach. For a foul there, I believe, was Shiflett. It'd be 2-1 for Mary Baldwin. Ammerman sends it across again, just off of the tape. Young saves it now to Templeton to Shiflett, who again finds the middle of the court, 2-2. Seen that a couple of times today where Peyton Shiflett goes up and just pushes it over the first line of defense for Mary Baldwin and finds the middle of the court where nobody is defending. Quick push over for Nguyen. Hit the net in the process, 3-2. Shiflett on the serve, sends it across. Nguyen now to Mills. To Mayfield to Templeton. And Del Castillo catches the back line. I checked that. That was McCown, rather. Canley McCown catches the back line, 4-2 Pride. Substitution here. Newman's going to come in for Morgan Flaherty. Now Ammerman going over to have a quick word with the official. So Flaherty is out, Newman back in. Greensboro leads it 4-2. And Shiflett on the serve. To Newman. To Nguyen, sent over. Templeton, Mayfield, Brooks. Brooks attack, tipped and falls in. 5-2 Greensboro, as they're looking to distance themselves early in the third set. Brooks with her 6th kill of the game. Mayfield, or Shiflett rather, sends it across. Mayfield on the dig to Templeton. Shiflett attack too strong, 5-3. Shiflett with 10 kills today. Brooks not too far behind with 6. They hand out the belt, if you will, the wrestling style belt to their players of the game, I guess selected by the team. Brooks has been a regular winner here recently for Greensboro, as Shiflett had a word with the official, now relaying the conversation to head coach Bozarth. Looking to get Greensboro to a 9-2 mark on the year, 6-0 in conference play with a win today. Templeton to Del Castillo, off of Ammerman, another point for the Pride, 6-3. Templeton's assists keep climbing. Dunlap comes back in, Del Castillo out. Mayfield on the serve. Sends this one across. Nguyen now. Attacked by Bolbach. Now Templeton's assist. Dunlop tipped by the front line of Mary Baldwin and out of bounds. Evelyn Dunlap getting some of her biggest minutes so far in this 2025 season and making them count. Mayfield on the serve. This one just a little tap over for Mary Baldwin. Templeton to McCown. That's returned right back to Greensboro. Brooks attack also returned. Hard attack there from Penny. Greensboro trying to save it, cannot do so, 7-4. Evelyn Dunlap now 2 kills, her first 2 of her career. Mills, actually it's going to be Brooklyn Prince getting the kill, 7-4. That is the 3rd for Brooklyn today. Carr on the serve to Mayfield to Templeton. McCown with a soft touch to Ammerman. Sent right back in from Brooks. Quick one hits both ways. Now McCown off the deflection, gets the point, 8-4 Greensboro. Cantley McCown with her third kill of the contest. Carefoot checks in, Templeton out. Sent across by Baxley, and an error on Brooks. Cool Landing sent it right back over on the first touch. Brooks with the attack attempt just slammed it into the net, 8-5. Prince on the serve for Mary Baldwin, too strong. One hops into the bleachers, 9-5 Greensboro. Fifth service error for Mary Baldwin today. Grace Young to serve for Greensboro. Pride have 4 such errors. Young serves strong, too strong, 9-6. Checking back into Shazo for Newman. Kennedy Mills back in for Cool Landing. Haley DeShazo on the serve, sends it to Mayfield. Mayfield was watching it like a hawk, and at the last minute decided to let it go, and a good decision, 10-6 Pride. Burson and Del Castillo checking back in. Mayfield and Dunlap coming out. It'll be Lily Burson on the serve. Burson fires this one across to Ammerman. Set up there by Carr. Good job by Mills. Greensboro doing a good job trying to keep it alive. Shiflett just trying to punch it over. Back to Ammerman. To Carr. Sent over by Lucas. Too strong. No, they're going to say Greensboro touched it at the net. Point goes to Mary Baldwin, 10-7. I think that would have been Del Castillo getting a finger on it. Fighting Squirrels hanging tough in this third set. Quick check again, I believe, on the substitution. Now we're ready to go. Nguyen serve to Young. Baxley with the back set. Pushed ahead by Carefoot. And it is point to Mary Baldwin there. Carefoot just trying to push it over. Not able to keep it in. Wynn served to Young. To Baxley. Attacked by Del Castillo. Off a block and to the floor, 11-8. McCown and Templeton back in. Templeton on the serve. Sends this one across to Shazo. To Carr. That one hit. Good save by Mayfield. Quickly going right back across. Mills on the attack. Splits between two Greensboro players diving to the floor was Templeton and Shiflett. They're lucky they didn't bump heads. 11-9 the score. Mills picking up her third kill of the game. $11-9. Again, Mary Baldwin, who dropped the first 2 sets, scores 25-10, 25-13. Really hanging tough here in the third. Looks like they've gotten things dried up on the Greensboro side to everyone's liking. Official gave it a once-over as well. Ammerman serve to Young. To Templeton. Shiflett there, pushes it over to Nguyen, and that's going to drop and fall. as a little bit of conversation going on amongst the players on the court for Mary Baldwin as far as who needed to be where. A little frustration shown as well. And we'll have a timeout taken as he'll try to clear up things. 12-9 your score. Greensboro leads it in the third set on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Shiflett sends it airborne following the Mary Baldwin timeout. Mills attack blocked there by Brooks. The count on the carom, not able to send it back over, and it's a point for Mary Baldwin, 12-10. No quit in this team from Staunton. Sent over by Cool Landing. Second hit there for Greensboro, it's Brooks. McCown just pokes it over. Ammerman to Nguyen. Sent back over this time by the front line of Mary Baldwin. Attack there from Brooks off of a tip, and a point for Brooks. Kelsey Brooks, her 7th kill of the game. Second on the team this afternoon. Burson checking in. Dunlap checking in for Burson. Del Castillo coming out as well. And now late, Cody is running in for Dunlap. Templeton 22 assists away from moving into second place. Doesn't look like it's going to happen today, but she'll be in the area. Good attempt by Shiflett, not able to keep it in play, however. Mary Baldwin with a point there from Brooklyn Prince. Haley Bruce checking in. Coming out is Delaney Bolbach. Fighting Squirrels have cut it to within 2, or cut it 2-2. Prince sends it across to Mayfield to Templeton. Cody on the attack and the score. The kill from Taylor Cody. Makes it 14-11. Greensboro has a handful of substitutions now. Cody coming off a 6-kill performance against Brevard on Wednesday. This one poked over by O'Connell to Brooks. Baxley to Carefoot. Carefoot looking back corner. It's going to be turned aside. And a nice attack there from Prince. Mayfield with able to keep that one airborne. Brooks, a soft attack. Now tries to dump it right back over. She'll score. Kelsey Brooks with her 8th kill of the contest. 15-11 now. Baxley sends it over. A quick one hit there from Cool Landing, and out of bounds it goes, 16-11. Baxley served towards the back. Cool Landing with it. Out and win. Cool Landing on the attack. Too strong. 17-11 Greensboro. As the Pride starting to pull away, and Mary Baldwin will burn their final timeout. Pride leaded by 6 in the third set on the Greensboro College Sports Network. coming out of the timeout. Baxley will serve. Pride lead at 17-11. And looking for their second consecutive conference sweep. O'Connell sends it across. Mayfield right in front of Shiflett. Shiflett will hit it to Brooks. Free ball over. Ammerman now to O'Connell. O'Connell's attack. Good dig there, Shiflett. To Baxley, the attack from Brooks. She'll get it again. Kelsey Brooks has caught fire here in the third stage. 18-11 now, and that is her 9th kill. Baxley's serve. Quick touch there, a block from Cody, sends it right back. Cool Landing can't return the favor. 19-11 Pride. Another serve from Baxley. Cool Landing pass to Nguyen. Quick toss over by Prince. Baxley. Cody attack. Cody kill. Taylor Cody picks up her 3rd. And the Pride now 20-11. Baxley again on the serve. Kind of a knuckler. O'Connell with the attack. Block there. I think Carefoot might have got a finger on it. Quick dump over. This one heading towards our position. And out of bounds. It'll be another point to Greensboro. Good effort there by Haley Bruce, the freshman, to get to it, but just not able to. Another serve for Baxley. Sent over. And a quick dump there by Mary Baldwin. Mayfield was waiting on it. Attack Carefoot goes back to Bruce, to Nguyen. O'Connell can't get it over the top of the net. Greensboro with their 22nd. An attack error by O'Connell. Greensboro doubling up Mary Baldwin in the third set. Low liner from Baxley, sent over by Prince. The attack, Greensboro got a hand on it. Shiflett diving, not able to save it. More importantly, Shiflett comes up uninjured after diving towards the bleachers. 22-12 the score. Ammerman on the serve. Shiflett to Baxley. Brooks looking for another one. This time it's going to be Bruce keeping it alive. O'Connell with a quick poke. It's out of bounds. Another attack error for Mary Baldwin. Greensboro now leads it 23-12. Brooks to serve. 23-12 your score. A quick check here. I think the officials checking over substitutions here on the near side at the scorer's table. So while we're stopped, a reminder of what's coming up this week. Men's soccer on Tuesday. That was a Wednesday scheduled game. It has been moved to Tuesday at, I believe, 6 o'clock. We'll double check that for you. Yes, it is a 6:30 match on Tuesday. We'll bring you the pregame show at 6:15. Then on Wednesday, which is October the 1st, hard to believe it's October already, women's soccer and volleyball both in action. Soccer at 4, volleyball at 7, both of them on the Greensboro College Sports Network. O'Connell hits this one across, and good effort there by Brooks trying to dive for it, but not able to get to it. 23-13. Women's soccer takes on Methodist. They're looking to bounce back after a tough game, tough home game against Brevard this past Wednesday. They're in action later today as well. Volleyball will take on Salem College at 7 o'clock. Again, that's coming up on Wednesday. Another check here by the officials on their lineups. Then on next, Saturday the 4th, women's swimming getting their season started. The ODAC relays at Washington and Lee University. Triathlon also in action. Volleyball, football, and both men's and women's soccer all on the road next week on Saturday. Baxley to Carefoot. Carefoot, soft touch there to Ammerman to Nguyen. Quick push there from Mills. Greensboro trying to keep it alive. It's Young. And Mayfield just pushing it over. Quick touch there. And an error from Elena Avant. Greensboro just 1 point away. Del Castillo checks in for the Pride. Klingensmith will as well. Mayfield and Cody out. Klingensmith to serve. Greensboro looking to wrap things up here on a rainy Saturday. Nothing has been done by the Pride to dampen the mood yet today. Klingensmith to Baxley to Shiflett, and who else to put an exclamation mark on today than Peyton Shiflett? Greensboro wins it 25-13 in the third set, and they sweep Mary Baldwin to go to 5-0 for the first time in conference play since 2014. Peyton Shiflett picking up what would be her 12th kill of the contest as Greensboro will head on to victory. We'll take a look at some of the stats. We'll give you an out-of-town scoreboard, and we will get ready for what's coming up as well. Hopefully we'll get a player interview. We'll see who they get. Hoping maybe we can grab Templeton or Kelsey Brooks perhaps. We'll see who our Director of Sports Information is able to grab. And we will get that interview for you here in just a moment. Maybe if nobody else, we can grab the coach. We'll hold off on stats here for a moment as everybody's starting to head off of the court. Maybe we can grab, I see Kelsey Brooks down there. Maybe she may be the lucky winner to have a moment to talk to us. So we should get them here in just a moment. So why don't we take a quick look at what's going on around conference play so far today. Tri-match in Meisenheimer. And actually, we're going to hold off on that. We've got our post-game interview. I see Kelsey Brooks down here. Hey, Kelsey, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, fantastic. Well, first off, congrats on another big win today, and a nice day for you. I see 9 kills on the stat sheet and a couple of digs and a block, a block there. And just walk me through the day for you.
We all came in ready to play. We knew that we couldn't let up. We're just trying to build each game, so hopefully we can make it to the championship this year.
One of the things that stood out to me in that game, just the emotion on your team when Evelyn Dunlap picked up her first couple of kills. Talk to me a little bit about that.
It's always exciting to see a freshman go in and get kills to build their confidence and hopefully get in the game as they get older.
Jalen Templeton picking up, that was acknowledged before the game for, 3,000 career assists and 1,000 career digs. What has she meant to this team?
She's meant a lot since freshman year. She always comes out with a good attitude, hustles. She's just a great player all the way around.
Last one here for you. I know I've seen on social media the wrestling belt that's been going around, and I know you've been the recipient a couple of times. How did that get started?
Coach Bo, he kind of just was like, I'm going to get this for y'all. We're going to do a team MVP every game. That we only get it if we win, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, congratulations. I know you've got it a couple times. Go enjoy this win.
Thank you.
That was Kelsey Brooks, and I think we may have Jalen Templeton over here as well. Hey, Jalen, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, first off, congrats on the victory today. Let's talk about the pregame today. You got recognized for your 3,000 career assists, your 1,000 career digs, and nobody else in school history has ever done that. How does that sound?
That's pretty
pretty great. I honestly didn't know that until Steven told me, so it's pretty cool.
Walk me through this game for you guys. Obviously, you take down Mary Baldwin in 3 sets. Your normal brand of excellence with 18 more assists today. Just walk me through the afternoon.
Well, you know, even though they're probably not like top at our conference, but we always have to come in ready to beat anyone, because anyone in the USA South can come out and just do crazy things. So we came in and we just did what we were supposed to do. 3rd
straight year for you guys with 9 wins heading into October. You're 9-2. You're 6-0 on the conference, sitting at the top. Talk to me a little bit maybe about your preseason expectations and how you guys are on track for that.
We really came in this year thinking like we want to be in that championship game in November at the end of the season like we were my senior class freshman year, and that was just a big thing for us. Like, we want to play hard every game and get to that championship game.
Jalen, thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
So we heard from Jalen Templeton. We heard from Kelsey Brooks. Let's give you a quick look again at what's going on in the out-of-town scoreboard, and then we'll give you final stats and send you on your way here this Saturday. Tri-match in Meisenheimer right now. Pfeiffer and North Carolina Wesleyan, the opening match there. I don't see a final score. However, that second match is in action right now, and NC Wesleyan appears to have downed Bob Jones in that contest. Still to come today, Bob Jones and Pfeiffer and Meredith and Southern Virginia as well. Before we are back in action next Wednesday, Pfeiffer and Brevard on Tuesday night. Meredith is at Methodist, and Christendom goes to Mary Baldwin in a non-conference matchup. Look at the final stats. Your team stats: 40-16 in kills for Greensboro. Assists go 18-12. Errors rather 18-12. Mary Baldwin with the 18. Hit percentage 31% for Greensboro, minus 0.2 for Mary Baldwin today, or minus 0.024, I should say. Assists 36-13 for Greensboro. Digs 43-26 in favor of the Pride. Aces go 7-1. Individual leaders today for all the different categories. For Mary Baldwin, Prince the leader in kills with 5. Mills had 4. In terms of assists today, 9 of them for Nguyen. She was all over the place on the front line today, setting things up offensively for the Fighting Squirrels. The 1 ace went to Newman. 10 digs for the libero Ammerman to lead Mary Baldwin. For Greensboro, 12 kills for Peyton Shiflett, tops on the team. Kelsey Brooks close behind with 9. Assists, of course, Jalen Templeton with 18. Oregon Mayfield had 6, and Lincoln Baxley had 9 as well. Grace Young leading the team with 3 aces today. Templeton, Baxley, Klingensmith, and Shiflett all had 1 each as well. Diggs go to Mayfield, 21 to lead the team. 3 other players had 4. And in terms of blocks today, tie atop the leaderboard with 2. Cody and Del Castillo, as Greensboro notched 7 blocks as a whole. So again, what's in store for Greensboro College? Men's soccer on Wednesday. Nope, don't listen to me. Men's soccer on Tuesday at 6:30. That game was moved from Wednesday, so a Tuesday men's soccer match at home against Brevard, 6:30. Pregame show beginning at 6:15. And then on Wednesday, October the 1st, women's soccer against Methodist pregame at 3:45. Match beginning at 4. And then women's volleyball against Salem right here in Haynes Gym at 7 o'clock. That'll wrap everything up here for us this Saturday afternoon. Greensboro improves to 9-2 for the 3rd year in a row. They have reached 9 wins by October, and they are sitting a perfect 6-0 in conference play, remaining atop the USA South. A big thank you to our game day staff, to our Director of Sports Information, Stephen Whitenhouse, to my producer, Omarion Manley. I'm Kendrick Fruits, wishing you a green and white good night. This has been a presentation of Greensboro College Women's Volleyball on the Greensboro College Sports Network.